Reed and Yive glanced at each other nervously. They were about to embark on their first solo mission since graduating from Space Academy. The orders were simple. Discover the source of the weak signal that had been intercepted 48 hours. It was the perfect mission for two inexperienced but ambitious cadets. The two astronauts moved slowly across the alien landscape. The robot turtle walked ahead of them. The turtle led them into the cavernous interior, the light from its visual sensors providing the only dim sense of their surroundings. The two astronauts followed the turtle, each bay illuminated in turn, revealing rows upon rows of gleaming metal titan exosuits. This could only mean one thing. They were not alone.
Hey everybody, what's up? And in this video, I'm going to be giving you all a review of the 2014 LEGO Ideas Exosuit. Like I said, this set came out in 2014, and this was the 7th LEGO Ideas set of the time. And it was designed by LEGO fan Peter Reed, who's an amazing LEGO builder. And this set retailed for $35 in the United States when it first came out. Now, it is currently 2020 as of the recording of this video, and I recently just got this set for $30 brand new from Andy's Brick Shop. And if you don't know what Andy's Brick Shop is, I'll link the trailer I made for them up there. It's basically a LEGO store that sells old LEGO sets, new LEGO sets, parts, minifigs, all kinds of great LEGO stuff. And I was at the store this weekend and picked up this set, and I'm just really excited about this set. It's a set that I've always liked, and I'm finally able to get my hands on one. I mean, this thing sold out on LEGO Shop at Home, so I'm really glad I was actually able to pick one up. And in this video, I'm just going to give you a review of this set, showing you all the details of it, starting with the minifigures. So starting off the review by taking a look at the minifigures. We have Pete on the left and Yive, I believe is how it's pronounced, on the right. It's spelled Y-V-E. I'm really sorry if I mispronounced that name, but it's just not a name I'm familiar with. Anyways, these are supposed to represent Peter Reed, the fan designer of the set, and I believe this is his wife. I believe I read that somewhere. And the cool thing with these minifigures is that they are green classic space minifigs. Check that out. A brand new color for classic space characters. And they look so good. I mean, they're built just like a classic space minifigure with the exception of the helmets, which obviously are the newer LEGO like biker helmets with the visors, and obviously because this was way before the age of the current Benny helmets they use. But man, it's so nice. They look so good. Neither of them have alternate faces, but they just look so good. It's just really special for me, especially because I've never had classic space stuff because I wasn't born then. To just get classic space minifigs at all in a set is great, and getting, a new color for them is just really nice. I'm really happy with these minifigures. They both look amazing, and as a LEGO fan, you just have to appreciate a new color of classic space minifigs. So now to take a closer look at the exosuit. This is just a really nice looking build. I mean, it's sturdy, it's a mech, it looks really good, but the detailing on this thing is what really makes it great. So we're going to start down with the feet. Now the feet are actually the same left and right. It's the same build. You just build the thing 2 times, but they look phenomenal. And the thing is, you don't really notice it, I'd say. Like, you don't notice that the feet look exactly the same. Just look at all the details on this thing. I really like the use of the binocular pieces there. They really look good. I mean, they just look really nice. Moving up, we get to the main cockpit section of this, and you can see I have Peter in there right now. This can open up, obviously, to get your minifig in and out. But again, this just looks so good. We lost the suit there, but just look how good this thing looks. I mean, wow, it really looks good. There's just so much detail in it. That's like the big thing with me. It's just all the detail. Looking at the back, you can see even more details of this thing. We've got this, which is supposed to be like a cooling tank in there. There's also some really interesting knobs and stuff along the back. Just looks really nice. It's just all the texture they put into this thing. I think it's just unbelievably well done. The arms are similar on both sides, but they're actually not built exactly the same, but that's just because it's mirrored for the 2 different hands. Take a look there. I really like the use of the barrel in there. I can't get over how much detail is in this build. It's just, there's so much. And actually, if you look through the instructions, it actually gives you explanations of what everything is with this, which is really cool. But yeah, they really knocked it out of the park with this, which is really cool. There's also a printed piece on the bottom down there. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, which is like for exhaust, which is just really, really nice. But yeah, I mean, this build is great. You can look at it from every angle, basically. It looks so good. The amount of detailing, the amount of greebling is just so good. They really did an excellent job with detailing and building this thing up. Let's just take a look at the posability of this exosuit, because for a Lego mech, this has the most posability I've seen from a Lego mech. You have movement in the ankles, you've got movement in the knees can move independently, and the legs also can move independently. Looking at the arms, you've got movement in the elbows and in like the actual shoulder joint, which is awesome. You can of course move the hands separately as well. And this is just so much posability for one mech. I mean, we could put him in like a walking pose, kind of like this. I mean, that looks really good actually. I mean, it looks like he's walking towards us. The hands are a little awkward, but I mean, you could pose these as well, I think, if you really wanted to. I mean, you could make him hold things. You know, obviously the containers are meant to be held onto. You know, you can just move up and down. I mean, just some really great poses. I mean, you could do like a hands in the air type of thing. I mean, I'm sure you could probably, I don't know, it's kind of heavy. I don't know if you could balance it on one foot, but there's just so much posability you can do with this thing. I mean, really so much stuff. I mean, and you can just bend it like that. I mean, look at that. That's a pretty cool pose. I mean, yeah, they've really done well with this exosuit, giving it posability. There's just so much of it, and it's just really fun to play with and pose, you know? We can have it be like reaching down on the ground for something. I mean, really anything you want to do posing wise with this exosuit, I think you can do. I mean, there's just so much posability, and the build is pretty strong too. I mean, when I'm posing this thing around, it's not gonna like fall. I mean, it's not having parts come off of it. The only thing that really comes off are these little sections down here, but I mean, they're not the strongest connections. But yeah, the posability of this thing is really good. Also included in this set is this little turtle droid, and if you're a fan of Peter Reed's or have read any of his books, he actually builds armies and armies of these turtles, which is actually, I think, part of why I like the set so much. He'll just build so many. He has like a whole turtle like conveyor belt build that he made. It's a really cool mock, so definitely check that out. But yeah, he's just really good at building these turtles, and this is just one of those attack turtles, or like turtle droids, or whatever you want to call it. It's a really simple build, but I think right away it's really recognizable. You've got these turrets on the top here, which are for shooting, obviously. The eyes are supposed to be laser eyes, which is cool. And then, you know, just the whole thing, you know, the feet are made with minifig heads. You can pose it a little bit, not too much, but I mean, that's all right. I think it's just still a really nice build though. This is a really nice turtle. It's recognizable, it's unique, and it's just fun. You know, how many times have we seen turtle droids from Lego before? Never. I mean, it's not something normal, but that's what I like about it. I like that it's so unique, but also so fun, and also has, you know, shooting ports, laser eyes, and it's just something you can really enjoy. So I've rambled about this turtle for a little while now, but yeah, I love it. It's just so cool. It's such a cool little build. Really basic, but it is really nice. And then the last little build in the set is this little container bay, or loading bay, I guess you'd call it, and it's really basic. We just have a couple yellow containers here. There's really nothing to even see with them. You know, it's just a couple rounded Lego bricks with a tile on top there. But you know, it is what it is. It's pretty nice, and I think the idea again with these is just the idea that this is what they found with the exosuit, and it just adds to it. The exosuit can actually pick these up, which is nice. And yeah, I mean, it's really basic. There's nothing really to see with it, but it is just another nice little small build to go with the set. And last up, just a quick look at the instructions in this set, because LEGO Idea sets always tend to have nicer instructions. Opening up, you can see, just gives you some details about the designers. So that is Peter on the left, and that's Mark, the Lego designer, on the right. You know, just a little history about Classic Space and why Mark made this. And then we get the story, which is obviously the story I read to you guys, excerpts of at least, in the beginning. And I love that they did this, just because it's giving us a story to go with the set. Wow, check this out. This is such a cool page. But it just really like gives context to the set, gives you a story, and really just starts the play. And obviously they do it in a few languages. Then the last thing I just want to point out, which is a minor nitpick, but in the instructions, one thing that I found kind of annoying actually is that the coloring of some of the parts, for me at least, it wasn't clear. Maybe it's just because there's the dark blue background, but to me the pieces look like the same color here, but in reality the plate is light bluish gray and the bar piece is actually a shinier, like metallic gray color. I don't know, it was just something interesting that I noticed. I'm sure people probably aren't having that problem. I mean, I was able to figure out what they meant, but it was just one thing unclear with the instructions. But the instructions seriously are so nice, nicely binded, nicely fit, and they really have great stories inside. And there you have it. That is my look at the LEGO Ideas Exosuit. I really love this set. I mean, it's great. I think obviously the Classic Space minifigures are great. It's great that we're getting 2 of them in a brand new color green. I love how it represents the fan builder and his wife. But more importantly, I just love the story of this set. You know, in the beginning, what I read to you was like the story in the instructions of this set. You know, it's just like the idea that the exosuit was found in like a bunker on space, and these guys are like rookie astronauts, and they've got the turtle droid to protect them. I just love that. It's so cool. I mean, it's just such a cool concept. Like, I feel like LEGO should do more things like that, where the sets have a story that go with them. And then for the build, I mean, the build is fantastic. I mean, this thing was really fun to put together. It looks really good, and I mean, even though there's a lot of repetition in the build, it was still enjoyable for me. I mean, it's just a lot of interesting connections, small pieces. It's just really nice. I think they did an amazing job with this set. And yeah, that's really all I've got to say with it. This set is really well done. It's a really nice set. I'm very happy with it. I'm definitely very glad that I got my hands on it and purchased it. And I hope you all liked the review too. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all again in my next video.